sis coming? I mean, gonna meet us at the school?
No, she's not gonna do that.
Shit, well, maybe you have to save some for tomorrow. We take some home or something.
They be tripping. We were trying to have to say all that shit for tomorrow. Nobody show up.
Yeah. So we get to it. So reset my phone and started Friday.
That's been Monday. We on.
All right, all right. Yeah, reset my what you call it. I got two things. Okay, go to Bible. Another Bible. Just put the
Jehovah Bible.
No, it's the blue Bible. Just text it. She can see it.
I mean, this is real big.
No, I don't fuck with that shit. Man. I don't know why the camps it's basically saying you ain't supposed to do it. Here, you want to do the introduction real quick?
Shalom. It's HOI Detroit. Come to wake up our people. We give our honors to our elders. We give our praises to Yahweh. We give all glory to Yahweh Shai. How you doing, my brother? You got a minute? Okay, I'll catch you when you get back. Yeah.
Shalom. Like my partner was saying, we give all honors to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. We want to give all honors to all the elders who's been in this truth years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back and put his people in their place. We want to give all honors to all the elders in HOI. We want to start off, let's start off with Deuteronomy 32 and 39.
Deuteronomy. Chapter 32.
We want to start out with our people. Because you know, sometimes our people, we under the imagination that God don't control all things. We under the belief that when something evil happens, it's the devil or something. God controlling everything out here.
That's right.
Like he said, on the left-hand side, he got angels on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. For good and evil. That's all through the Most High. He control everything.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's not the devil. We're gonna speak on some of the things that our people are in misbelief. It's a belief that the devil, Lucifer, and God over there fighting for supremacy. they in an all-out battle, like they equals. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna get in today. Like some of our people are lost out here. That's why we coming out here to break things down. There is nobody on the level of God, the Most High. That's why we call him the Most High, because nobody is above him. Nobody is even on this plane. But you see, our people are lost. That guy, he kicked the devil out. How does that even sound? When he can just simply destroy you. You know what I mean? And let's think of the belief of that. He kicked him out. They battled. That doesn't mean.
He had a hard time kicking him out.
There you go. And then you got people, and we ain't just gonna say Christians. It's people that ain't Christians that say they got the nerve to say God Almighty, but then turn around and say the devil and him fight. How is he the Almighty then? That doesn't even make sense in itself. So that lets you know, church people, or Christians, Baptists, whatever you call it, that's confusion right there. He is the one. He's the only one. And you people got to start thinking like that. Give me what you got, huh?
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. Let me answer. Salaki. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
That means there is no equal, no other God with him. Go ahead, Op.
There is no God with me. I kill.
He what?
I kill.
Oh, wait 1 minute. What Bible are you reading? God do what? Read that again, huh?
I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill.
My goodness. Now, how many times have you heard that in the church? God say he kills. So that lets you know he's good and evil. See, our people under the belief that God think just like we do. He like, oh, I can't do that because I'm God. God do what he want to do. It just says, I kill. Go ahead, finish that out, huh?
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So that right there, that squashed that him and the devil battling for supremacy. He say he kill, he make alive, he heal, he do all that. See, that's why we be on not just the Christians, these other people with these beliefs. If this is in the Bible now, but I guess we go into that thing once again. He may have texted. We go in once again. You under the understanding that he ain't him and another being, or these other guys are on the same level. Huh? Okay. There you go. He on this. There is no other with him. There you go. He said there is no other God. Oh, there's no. All you got to do is read the Bible. It's telling you this. Now, of course, we also know that some of our people are in the thought of all the Old Testament. That's why you don't believe he do what he do. Because they got you put to sleep. You know what I mean? It's really, when you think it's somebody on the level of God, that is an insult. That's an insult. You know what I mean? Because you got to imagine, it's like your parents. You telling somebody they on the same level as your parent. Down to you. We are here to tell you the truth.
The truth.
So you could be right at the logic how we doing things. You know what I mean? So we gonna get it right now. Oh shoot! Read that right. Some she say this will happen. So we breaking things down to you, the real thing, the real part of the Bible, so you can get a real understanding out here. You know what I mean? We trying to get our people from being lost. We are lost out here. We out here to tell you the truth. And the thing is, with the truth, you might not want to hear it. It may be hard for you to believe, but we gonna tell it to you anyway. See, we out here trying to stop people from hearing these lies. America been telling you these lies. Huh? No, that was him. Yeah, that was him. That's what I was telling you. That was him. Yeah, that was, let's go to Isaiah 45 and 7.
Isaiah. Let me say, I threw me off.
I'm going to read you something. I'm going to send you something back so you won't. Give me what you got, huh?
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
There it is again. He said he create peace and evil. He do all these things. Now, why in the world you wouldn't believe this? Why wouldn't your pastor tell you this? You know why? Because if you knew God do these things, you would have that fear in your heart of him. So when your pastor telling you he don't do these things, you don't have fear in your heart of the Most High. See, this gonna put fear in your heart of the Most High. That's why he put things in this book. Go ahead, Op.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I am the Lord. I do all these things.
Telling you right there, he do all these things. He telling you this. But what you got to ask yourself, so-called Christians and all these other denominations, why they don't read you this in where you at? You know what I mean? Because when they don't read you this, all they doing is telling you not to fear the Most High. Because if he telling you he do all this, he telling you he killed. He's showing you. See, you got to think, even if the pastor didn't tell you, like I say, we all seen the Ten Commandments. Who you think did those curses? See, there you go. I was gonna say that. He killed the firstborn of everything.
He made you feel it.
You know what I mean? So that lets you know his power. See, I'm not gonna say the Most High don't have no feelings, but he can do what he want to do. And when your pastors don't explain these things to you, it's just like when you were a kid and your parent whoop you. You got that fear. If the parents say don't jump on the couch, and when you jump on that couch they whoop you, what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna want to get on that couch again. So when the pastor don't read these things to you, you don't have no fear of the Most High. It be in your mind, oh, he okay. I can keep doing it and keep doing it. That's why we think the way we think. Because now you got to realize, people, that's why they tell you, or they put in our mind, the Old Testament is done away with. Because if the Old Testament wasn't done away with, when you read those things, you'll be like, I ain't doing that. You think I want God to punish me? You think I want him to kill me? But you don't have that fear. See, we got to start realizing these things are all done purposely. That's a purpose for them telling you that. That is a purpose. Let's get Proverbs 1 and 20, y'all. So we out here basically to get our people in order and to tell you these things of this Bible. To tell you to get right, because this next war or punishment when the Messiah come back, it's going to be like something you ain't never seen before. So that's the fear we trying to put in your heads. That is the fear we trying to get everybody to get down with. We trying to put you in it because we don't want to see our brothers and sisters on that warpath. Because all you got to do is read the book. Because he say when he come back, he coming back with a sword and his garment going to be red with wine. That's giving you a warning. Well, he don't drink like that or he ain't going to fall in a barrel of wine. That mean blood. So that's what we trying to get our people to see. Because punishment is coming. And you got people talking about, oh, they ain't talking about that. Then read the book yourself. All you got to do is read it yourself. Give me what you got, huh?
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Wisdom cry without, she alter her voice in the streets.
We trying to put wisdom in the streets because our people don't have no wisdom out here. We don't have no wisdom out here. We believe that we can do what we want, how we want, when we want, where we want. That ain't how God works. That ain't how nothing in nature works. That's all incorrect. But this country got you thinking like that. This country got you under the belief that you can do what you, until you do something that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Until you do something that they don't like. And even this country under the belief that they can do what they want. And that ain't true. That ain't true. So these things gonna change right here. We trying to change all these things with our people. Let me get Matthew 10. Go ahead.
Wisdom cry without, she alter her voice in the streets. She cry in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she alter her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And that's what it is. Fools out here hate knowledge. And guess what he said? He said, how long would these kids love simplicity? Simplicity is not knowing this book. Simplicity is thinking there's 18 other gods. Simplicity is thinking, oh, God know my heart. Simplicity is, I apologize to God when I see him. That's what being simple is. If that was the case, why would he even have these book of rules?
That's right. That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean? When you see God, that's judgment. That means it's too late. You know, I don't know if the pastor's gonna tell you that, but that's what that means. It means it's too late. He ain't trying to hear all these excuses. You had your chance. Yeah. Like, it's like when you go to the principal office. You don't want to hear those excuses. You already in trouble. You should have took care of that in the classroom. It's just almost the same thing. Yeah. Let's break it down. It's like when you already go to the courtroom and you see the judge. It's too late. It's too late for excuses now. We got all the evidence right out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the pastor, that's what the detective told me. He said your chain been
You know what I'm saying? So our people, we gotta snap out of the stupor before it's too late. Read that thing about the simplicity again.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
No, go to 22. Hold on.
Is that 22? Okay. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
He's saying, how long would you love this? How long? There you go. How long will you love America? How long will you love eating pork? How long will you love breaking the Sabbath day? How long will you love not doing what I told you to do? How long? How long will you keep doing this? This is what he's telling you. He say it's simple. But and that's what our people like. We like to do simple things. You want to go out here, party, shake down, and do it on Friday night. You ain't never wonder why Friday night is the busy night. Why Friday? It can't be Sunday night. It can't. It's just you go to the same building, you drink the same liquor, the same people be out. But this particular day is the day they got you doing. You can party. You can party on Monday just the same. Call in Tuesday if you like, or don't go in. It's the same thing. Why is it? Same thing with the pay. They can't pay you on Monday. The computer don't work like that. I mean, what's the explanation? They want to keep you in sin. And if you all right with it, they all right with it. Let's go to Exodus 15 and 3. You know what I mean? We're trying to get our people out this simplicity. You know, at least we glad it ain't a lot of our people out here tonight. Maybe some things is changing. Maybe more of us is waking up.
Exodus.
Yep, 15 and 3. Maybe more of our people waking up. You know what I mean? Maybe more of us getting that right thought, getting our heads together. At least thinking about it, coming back to this truth. Give me what you got, huh?
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. And the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
And see, he a man of war. But in some of these churches, they got you thinking, I'm going to let that go. You do what you want. You say he a man of war. When you're a man of war, you're about handling your business. You're about taking care of things. A man of war is about killing.
That's right.
No questions asked. But once again, that's in the Old Testament. And if they don't want to read you the Old Testament, you don't have these thoughts. Because what does America tell you about some of these foreign people that's over in Iran? What do they tell you about Gaddafi? They say those are men of war. They're about destruction. See, when you think those things, you're like, God ain't playing. What he did to Egypt, that's war. When he do all these tornadoes and tear up all these cities, that's about war. Yeah, that ain't about no peace. That's about war.
You go and get it. It's right in front of your face. That's
plain and simple right there. That's a man of war. And of course it said man. So he ain't no spirit going, that's something the church got us thinking. Floating around all peaceful, smelling the flowers. That's how the church got God thinking. Got y'all thinking how God is. That's why you don't fear him. That's why you do what you want to do out here. Yeah, that's why you want to do what you want to do out here. The church, at least the teachers that they've been doing, it's been leading us wrong. You can see that outside all amongst us. What they say on some of the church blocks is some of the deadliest corners. You know what I mean? That's for a reason. Some of the deadliest corners is on the church. You know what I mean? Let's get Colossians 2 and 8. Huh?
Colossians chapter 2, verse 8.
Come.
I'm about to get the phone right. Okay. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after their traditions of men, after the rudiment of the world, and not after Christ.
That's telling you don't believe what a man tell you. See, we reading everything out this book. What they say, the pastor be in there 3 hours and he may read three scriptures. But you believe in everything he tell you. Ain't nothing came out this book.
Read 3 words.
You know what I'm saying? They say don't let no man. You ain't supposed to follow a man. You're supposed to follow this book and God what this book tells you
That's
what
right.
to do.
That's right.
This book is your guide.
This book is your word. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be. That's what we out here. If that's why you see us out here with the Bible, reading out the book. The book is the guide. We just put in the words, but we always tell you read it yourself. The book is the guide. That's what we're supposed to follow by the book. Let's go to Hosea 4 and 6. I'm gonna try to breeze through it.
Hosea.
I should be somewhere around there. Yeah, 4 and 6.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
That's good. He's saying, my people are rejecting knowledge. What knowledge is he talking about? The knowledge of the Bible. When you don't follow the Bible, what did he say? He said, I'm going to reject you. When you don't listen to the Bible, he going to do that same thing to you. So, since you don't want to follow what I told you, like when y'all say, I'll tell him, forgive me. No, he going to say, my people, right there, I'm going to reject you because you ain't listening to what he said. One more time, huh?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the God. I will also forget thy children.
You go. And that's why your pastor saying, that's why he's telling you the Old Testament's done away. That's what did he just say? He said, when you forget the law, I'm going to forget you. What law is he talking about? The law, statutes, and commandments. So if they are done away with, why would he tell you, since you forget them, I'm going to forget you? That don't make sense in itself. So nobody can show you where it says he says forget the commandments. He's telling you to do everything to remember them. He's saying if you forget them or don't remember them, I'm going to forget you. Once again, that's something your pastor ain't going to tell you. He ain't going to read that to you.
You can't bring that out. Too heavy.
Because it's in the Old Testament once again. Yeah, one more time.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
And now, what do we call God? We call him the Father. So the Father telling us, since my kids forgot my law, I'm going to forget my kids. That's what he's telling you. So what does that tell you got to do? You got to remember, you got to do these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what that's telling you, point blank. You got to follow these. Let's go to Ephesians 4 and 4.
Ephesians.
Wrap it up pretty quick, y'all, so you can check this so I can check out the back real quick. There you go, right there.
4 and 4.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4. There is nobody, Shalaki. There is nobody and one spirit, even as he are also and called in one spirit.
Go ahead. He's saying there is no other God. There is no other one. That's what he's telling you. So when you think the devil or Buddha or Allah, they ain't on this level. One more time.
There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
It says one body, one spirit. That one body is the Most High. That spirit is God. Is Yahushua. That's how it goes out here. Con. How about you? You all right? All right. Let's go to let's get Revelations 1 and 3. You know, and then I got a couple more. Then I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna let you take over.
Revelations 1 and 3.
Con.
Okay. Here we go. Oh!
Revelations 1 and 3. 1 second here.
No, take your time.
Here we go. I'm getting in. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh!
Revelations, chapter 1, verse 3.
Read it out.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
The word of what?
The word of this prophecy.
Right there. He say, blessed he that readeth. What is he talking about readeth? Readeth this Bible. Why is he telling you to be blessed to read it? Because you would know he ain't playing about the commandments. You would know that it's only one God. You would know that he do good and evil because he told you this. That's why he's saying read this book. And Revelations is the last book of the Bible. So all these things we done broke down that's in this book, that I'm willing to bet most likely a lot of parishes don't read these scriptures that I just read off. Why is that? Why is that? Because they don't want you to do it. Point blank. Now, let me get my favorite. Let's go to Galatians 4 and 16.
Galatians 4 and 16.
Con.
No!
And, oh, shit, you still got it. I was going to say, just give me John 8 and 32. And I'm going to wrap it up after that.
John.
You got it up?
Yeah. Galatians 4 and verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Go. So a lot of people walk past us. What is they talking about? That ain't what my pastor tell you. That ain't what my pastor say. There you go. Are we your enemy because we telling you the truth? This is about the truth right here. We not your enemy. We don't want destruction coming to you. And we got something else about the truth. Give me that last one. Give me 8 and 32.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye should know the truth.
Shall know the what?
The truth. And the truth shall set you free.
There we go. That's why when we call this, if you notice, you talk to any Israelite, what they say? We in the truth. Because when you in the truth and you know the truth gonna set you free. It may not be that truth that you don't think. See, freedom is knowing things. Freedom is not being under restriction. Truth is about saying what you want to say without no fear. That's the truth, because you know the Most High got your back. You know this is what the Most High wants you to do. So that's what we want our people to do. That's why we come out here, like the scriptures say, on the highways and byways, bring our sheep in. Bring my sheep in, brother. Because the sheep out here, and if you notice, when you go to a farm, if ain't nobody, a shepherd ain't guiding the sheep, they all over the place, because they lost. Just like our people, they all over the place. They what are they? Catholics, they Baptists. You know what I'm saying? That's sheep all over the place, lost. You need the shepherds to come out here and guide you, and we guiding you through this book. So that's why we out here. We ain't out here just for us. We out here for you. So I'm gonna pass this mic to the next powerful speaker. Call my shout.
Shalom, shalom. The Bible sounds strange to you. Oh, my fault. The Bible sounds strange to you. And whenever the Bible sounds strange to you, and we're reading right out the Bible, and we become a problem because the word sounds strange to you, the last thing you want it to be is strange to the Bible as well, you know. Give me what did I want? John chapter 10, verse 1. I think that's what it is. John chapter 10, verse 1. And so when the Bible sounds strange to you, like these words I never heard, and then when we giving you the illustrations, there's no comeback to say that's not right. Because if it asks you to get the illustrations, before you know something is not true, you got to know what the truth is, right? And it's just like when you know who you are, then you know who they are. But if you don't know who you are, and someone say, "Hey, I'm the Jew. I'm Tali Dahudi. I'm the Jewish. I'm Jewish," you know they lying. Because Jews are the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. you read the Bible, it would identify who they are and who you are, right? And so Yahweh shall have enemies. Give me that.
Okay. John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that enters not by the door into the sheepfold, but cometh up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber.
Right, and so he that coming up through the back door, right? And the reason why you go through the back door is because pretty much you can't come through the front door. You're not allowed, right? It's illegal for you to come through the front door. That's why you go through the back door, right? Give me Revelations 21 and 12. Okay, and so he that climbed up any other way, right? And so if the front door is open and you're breaking in through the back door, then they call you a thief and a robber. If I am a Jew and someone stole my identity, and the only way to steal my identity is to kill the elders off and to tell the children the lies. So once you tell the children the lies, they would think it's the truth. Why? Because you done killed their mother and father off. So now we think we African Americans. We don't know that we the real Jews. One thing, the last thing the devil want to hear is that he did this to God's chosen people. That's the problem. This is why you cannot say you're a Jew. Because if you say you're a Jew, the other nations got to say, I did these things to God's chosen people. It's going to be a problem. You can't let them know they're the Jews. I can do it to African Americans. Do you see police officers pulling over, shooting people that keeping the commandments in the head? They shooting coons. They shooting those who are married. I seen the where they pulled this guy out the car, and his white woman ran the light. She was going 15 miles on over, so they pulled her over, and they went to the passenger because he was kicked back, and they asked him to get out the car. He said, "I'm not driving, it's her driving." They said, "Get out the car." They snatched him and beat him up, right? And he was a white girl, and so he's disconnected from me because he's disconnected from the Bible. Before you give me that, give me the Leviticus 19:17. And see, the reason why they pulled him out the car and did that to him was because of this verse. And so you have to be cautious on who you become. Because who you are a Jew. Who have you become? You have become an African American. African American carry a certain curse. You don't hear no, I'm going to get that Jew and kill that Jew. No, you hear I'm going to get that nigga. So a nigga carry a certain curse. You don't hear no, I'm going to kill that Jew. You don't hear that, right? But it sounds a lot devious and better for a devious mind person to say I'm going to kill that niggard, right? You got that for me?
I got it for you right here.
Then go back to John.
Okay. Leviticus 19:17.
No.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother, thy heart. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right, and so we should not hurt our brother in our heart, right? I suffer sin up on him. So now if you're doing that, and so how can you love God who you have not seen? But you say you love your brother who you have seen, but you cursing him, right? And so these are what the scriptures, but let's go back to why he shouldn't have been with that white girl. Give me, just go to 3 verses down. What did I give you, 19 and? No, give me 7 and 3. Deuteronomy 7 and 3. Okay, so this is how you're supposed to treat your brother. But how they treat their brother? They become African Americans, and African American niggers, they kill their brothers. But the Bible says, if you love me, keep my commandments. And what's the commandments? Thou shalt love thy brother as thyself. Right? Okay, and this is why we have to stay together. Why? Because we're holy people. Look at this scripture. You don't supposed to be with no white girl, a white guy. Listen to this scripture.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Their daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto their son.
Right, and so my daughter is with someone of my nature, someone of my lineage, of my nationality. And what do it tell a father when your daughter go with a white man and you a black father? Don't you know that that's a sign of disrespect? A daughter, if you're a good father and your daughter got common sense, she wanted to marry someone like her father because he's a good father. And usually vice versa. You may find something a little different, you know, they don't look alike and all the other stuff, but the demeanor, you know, how you was raised. Even grandma. I know we can't find grandma out here no more. That's been gone 30 years ago. But go ahead. Okay, hold on. Okay, give me that. Let's go back. I went off key. Give me John 10:1, and then you got that Revelations 21:12, and you got that 2:9. Okay. Bring it out. Okay, and so in other words, we have to stay focused on what? On keeping the laws of the Bible. Why? Because there's an advantage, right? And so if there's an advantage to who? To me and my children's. Why? Because if I forget thee, then he will forget my children's, right? And so if I don't forget him, then my children will be okay. Ready?
John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that enters not by the door into the sheepfold, but cometh up some other way, the same is there a thief or a robber.
And the same as a thief and a robber. So if you come up any kind of way, if you're not a Jew, and you talking about I'm a spiritually Jew, then you coming up another way. If you're not a Jew, and you talking about I'm Jewish, and you're not of the lineage of Jacob, you're not of the lineage of the true biblical Israelites, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native American, then you're trying to come up another way. There's no way you can see. It says that those who are Jews, those who are Israel, are not all Israel. So you know spiritually Jews don't even count, because those who are Israel is so thin that those who are Israel are not all Israel. So spiritual Jew ain't got a chance. And if you try to come up any other way to try to trick the Jews, the blacks, Hispanic, Native American, that they're other than who they are, and you trying to cultivate everything you do, you want to cultivate, you want to steal. Who are you? You so disgusting that you can't be yourself. You over in Israel, it don't make you don't be a Jew by being in the land. You be a Jew by the blood. And like I said, the last thing the other nations want to hear is they did this to God, holy people. How in the heck they got a chance to get into heaven? And I'm gonna tell you something. When you see white cops killing black folks, the nice white people don't say nothing. They gonna get it too. Because that's why they say every last one of them, and so is his word, shall be destroyed. Good riddance. Let me go ahead and okay, so you gave me that, and so you're trying to come up to take over, to be the God's chosen people. Any other way, you can't. Listen to this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and thy tribulations.
Okay, and so the Lord said he know our works. So what do you mean? He know the things that we go through. He know us working in the cotton field. He know us working right here in slavery. He know that everything we did not get paid for it. No reparations, but we did go to work. He know our works.
And tribulations and poverty.
And so who the most privatized nation on this planet? the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. He know our poverties, right?
But thou art rich.
But we rich. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven belongs to us.
That's right.
We rich.
And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, but are not. But thou art a synagogue of Satan.
Right. And so, Jewish, like the sky is bluish. It's not really blue. Ish means something pertaining to. I'm not Jewish, I am a Jew.
That's right.
And so if you try to come up any other way to slither your way in heaven, it's not gonna be done. Why? Because of this scripture here. Ready?
Revelations. Revelations chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high.
And this is why you can't come up any other way, because you're gonna run into a wall great and high.
And had 12 gates.
And you're gonna run into 12 gates when you try to come up any other way.
And at the gates 12 angels.
And you're gonna run into the best guards on the planet, in the universe, are the angels. You ain't gonna need no security guard or the police. You got the best guard on the planet, is the angels.
And names written thereof, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right.
And this is why you can't get up any other way. Why? Because the promise belonged to the seed of Israel. And guess what? I see why. I see why the other nations are not fit for the promise. They weren't fit for the promise when they was kids. Why? Because the Muslims or whatever are what you call them, the Arabs, because he's an Arab, and so Ishmael was an Arab. He beating up on Isaac, right? And that's to this day. And now Esau is beating up on trying to beat up on Jacob, and that's to this day. I see why everything belongs to Jacob or the Israelites, because they've been abused and misused by every other nation. No, I'm not praying with them. If my forefathers didn't pray with them, I'm not going to pray with them now. I'm not sharing the same God with them. If David killed Goliath, the Palestinians, the Philistines, I'm not going to pray for no Philistine or the Palestinians. Now the Trump in office, I don't see no flag saying pray for Palestine. Why? Because you scared of Trump. Where y'all at talking about pray for Palestine, pray for Palestine? Y'all was doing that. As soon as Trump got in office, y'all stopped saying pray for Palestine. Palestine's still getting wood. And y'all stopped saying pray for Palestine. They still getting their head cracked up. Matter of fact, they're getting their head cracked up more today than they did yesterday. Right? Give me that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, God saith, what thou hast to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth.
Right, what shall thou do to prepare my statutes, or take this covenant in your mouth? In other words, there's no other nation that's supposed to have this Bible in their hand. These are statutes. Who are you to have the Bible in your hand? And the reason why the Lord did not want you to have the Bible in your hand, why? Because now you rewrite everything. The black man put the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament in the Bible, and the white man had to come in here and take the Apocrypha out. Now the church got two Bibles. I mean, they got a Bible with the Old Testament and New Testament. And now if you look at the Apocrypha, they telling you that that's not canon. Ain't nothing canon but what Master say. That's canon. Right? That's canon is what Master say. That's a cannon with a nuclear weapon in it. Because one thing, if Master say God love everybody, and the Bible say he hates somebody, you got to tell the Israelites or the blacks, Hispanic, and Native American 100 times that he do hate somebody. Because once Pink Toe tell you that God love everybody, you got to constantly tell a black man, because you got to filter what master say out of the man, out of the black man. He got to digest it out. But you can't go word for word. The Bible says Jesus is black, but here America say he's white. You got to constantly say he's black, he's black, he's black, he's black. But the white man can say he's white one time. You hear what I'm saying? You see how much fighting the word of God got to do? But you better see how much fighting he gonna do when he get down here. Give me the, you got something for me? Or did you give me that? You finishing that? Oh, give me some more of that. That was some fire.
Verse 17. Thou seest hateth instructions, and cast my words behind thee.
Right, and see, why would you pick up the Bible when you see the instruction of the Bible, but then you cast the words behind you? When you see that Jesus is black, but you want to cast that behind you and treat his children like garbage. When you see these things back centuries ago, because he knew what was going to happen. He knew what was going to take place today. Today we need to not shop in certain places, but he had already had it prepared for us for every day, for every year. Why? To keep a stranglehold on all other nations on how they treat us. Right? Right, because we don't have the weapons. But what we have the spiritual power. Ever since Trump been in office, there are over 200 planes that crashed. Where do you think that come from? That come from the Israelites waking up. That don't come from Trump. Trump ain't crashing his own planes. The power of the Israelites are waking up, and spiritual force is taking over the other nations, and they can't handle it. Palestinian and the fake Jews had us in slavery, and guess what? They warring against each other right now for what they did to us. All we doing is we walking around and we don't even know what's going on. We still fighting each other. Blacks fighting blacks done played out. Ain't nothing exciting about that no more. That played out so much that it become destructive, even to watch. And let me tell you something. If you want any chance of eternal life, you better find the closest black person to you and bow down and say you're sorry. Because when that black Christ cracked that sky with no search warrant, no, matter of fact, the angel's gonna have a search warrant, and it's gonna have Esau on it. And you better be lo and behold that the God of Israel has always been the God of Israel. You got something for me?
Matthew 13, chapter 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Why speakest thou to them in parables? Well, you got to speak in parables, because if the Bible told you the straight up truth, they would have burnt it up a long time ago. So the reason why Jesus spoke in parables, because it's only for the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans to understand. Because the more they get the hint of it, the more they start messing up the scriptures. The more they start taking things out, because they don't fit in. They wrote the Constitution, it wasn't for us, and our forefathers wrote the Bible, and it wasn't for them. It's always been war. It's war today, and it's going to be war tomorrow. Ain't nothing wrong with love. You got to know who to love. There's a time to love and there's a time to hate. You don't just love everybody. You don't just pet every puppy or every dog. right? Okay, give me
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13.
Get out.
If we believe not, yet he abideth for faithful. He cannot deny himself.
if we believe not, he abides faithful. With his word, if we faithful with his word, he will lead us faithfully like he said he would through his word. We don't have to worry about nuclear weapons. We're going to be delivered by the same vehicles you see today. They showing nukes, we showing chariots. They showing destruction, we showing deliverance.
That's right.
Our forefathers is squeezing the air so tight, planes are dropping like candy cane. Our Father, for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, is knocking the planes out the sky. Every police officer that kill a black person, we giving planes coming off the sky. For one black body, we want 100 planes coming out the sky. Matter of fact, 100 white folks on one plane falling for one black person. That's the curse that's changing. You're starting to see the curse fall on them and come off for us. And you don't get it. You're starting to see the curse come off for us and fall on them. The police want to kill a black person, well, one plane gonna have 100 on there for that one black person that it killed. And planes are dropping like dirt candy. Planes are dropping like snowflakes. And you don't get it. You don't know how precious you is. You are.
That's right.
Well, I know how precious I am. I'm an Israelite, God chosen people. And ain't nobody on the planet stand under the pressure of the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American. And you better know it. Don't nobody want to be us. Not the beginning, and you damn sure ain't gonna be us in the end. I give all praise to Yahweh, give all glory to Yahweh Shai. Come, Yasharallah.
How we gonna finish with a drink and a pop and a soda and a rock, right? We got the food is there, right? The food is there.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
Well, it's there. I paid for it, so it's there.
You put it there, right, Hawk? I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't know.